Hi, are you Carrie?
Yeah.
Hi, Carrie. My name is Devin Johnson.
Hi.
I'm a social worker here at the facility. So before we go on back to my office, did you want any coffee, tea, or water?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Well, we're just going to go right down the hall to the left, and you can just have a seat right there. All right. So how I like to start these meetings, Carrie, is explain a little bit about my role and what I do as a social worker. I don't know how familiar you are with social workers or have had any experience with them in the past.
I don't know if I've seen a social worker. I've been to a couple different counselors.
Okay. So my role is a little bit different than a counselor. So what I do here at Covenant House is I work with youth, generally who are in your situation, who either have just come out of foster care or who are homeless, and connect them with resources so you can start on your way towards an adult life in a good manner. And so part of that is everything you do and say here is confidential. And then there are a couple different confidentiality laws that I'm bound by my organization. And those apply to, like, if you make a threat of harm to anyone around you, particularly vulnerable adults or kids, or like a threat of suicide, I have to report that, and that's just to keep everyone around you safe. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just want to make sure you understood that before we went any farther. And then I'd like to take notes just so I make sure that I understand everything that you want to take care of in our meetings together. So if you don't mind, I'll just be doing that.
Okay.
And you're more than welcome to see these anytime. These are just to like refresh my memory, but they're about you, so you have full right to see them at any time. And then if something I say on here isn't right, you can just tell me, and I'll totally change that. So it sounds like what I know a little bit, you recently transitioned out of foster care and you're just looking for some resources. But maybe you can tell me a little bit why you came in today.
I turned 18 and I was with a foster family and I felt bad because they weren't getting paid for me to be there anymore, and I just felt like it was a burden to them, so I left.
Oh, okay. About how long ago did that happen?
A few months ago.
A few months? Okay. And what's been going on in your life since then?
I just kind of hang out and go day by day. Sometimes I find couches to sleep on, and I just around town.
Okay. So what brought you in here today? Because it sounds like you've been gone for a few months by yourself, but you felt the need to come in here today, or what's
I just decided that it's not a lifestyle for me, that I'm hungry, I'm tired, I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's stressful.
It sounds like that'd be super overwhelming for sure. And with winter coming, that's probably like a super smart move for you to come in here, talk to me, and so we can find you like more permanent housing. So way to go coming in. I think that's really wise of you to understand that. That's probably not like a long-term option. And so it's a couple months that you've been on your own. And so if you would say, like, if I gave you a scale of like 1 to 6 in terms of like finding housing, with 1 being like, I'm okay with it, and 6 being like, I want to find housing today, where would you rate yourself?
A 6.
A 6, okay. And so how would you see the situation changing for yourself? Like if you had the ideal, perfect, no holds barred options to fixing everything right now, what would that look like?
I just want somewhere that I know I can stay and be safe. I don't need anything fancy. I just want somewhere that I can call home and that isn't on the streets, that I can be warm at night.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. And would you be opposed to staying with roommates or?
No. it worries me because you don't know if they're gonna like steal from you or if they're gonna take advantage of you. I would be open to it. I'd be a little bit uneasy.
Right, right, absolutely. No, that totally makes sense. Um, and are there any like close friends maybe that you hang out with that you would maybe want to have be your roommate or that you'd be comfortable with that?
Um, no, I don't really have a lot of close friends. Just people who I've met since I've been out on my own, and I don't want to be a burden to anybody. I don't want to go stay with anybody.
Okay, okay. And so, um, and in terms of like paying for an apartment, what,
Well, I don't have a job right now.
okay,
I don't have any income at all.
okay. That sounds like that's probably really tough to just meet your basic needs.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm sure that you have some skills. Maybe you could tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I worked at McDonald's for a few months, um, but I didn't really like it. I don't really want to work in the food business. Um, I don't know. I guess I would be open to try different things, but I'm kind of undecided right now. I don't know what.
Okay. All right. Well, do you have your high school diploma or
Yeah.
GED? Okay. Well, that's a really good start because a lot of kids in your shoes, believe it or not, haven't accomplished that step. So that's a really positive trend and makes employers be a little bit more willing to employ you. So that's wonderful. And in terms, so that is a really good starting point. And so I think kind of the next step, how I see it, is setting up a meeting for next week. But before you leave today, I'd like to refer you. We have emergency housing and shelter available for 24 hours while we kind of like figure out a plan. And we have a bed open, and that is a single bed. It's in a private room. And so you would have that for 24 hours, and you and I will be able to chat as I figure out resources and next steps. So would you be willing to at least stay here for tonight, and that way you're off the streets, you're warm, we have dinner, all that good stuff?
Yeah, I'll stay for tonight.
Okay, and then you and I can meet in the morning, and I can share with you some other like long-term options that we have, and then see what you think about that.
Okay.
Okay, and then after that, I mean, I'd love for this to not just be like, 2 meetings and then I never see you again. So hopefully we can set up meetings on a weekly basis so I can just check in with you and see how things are going and get you on towards having a job and having permanent housing.
Okay.
Okay, well, thanks again for coming in today. That was really great. And on our way out, I'll introduce you to Eric. He will show you to the housing portion, and we'll see you in the morning.
Okay.
All right. Thanks so
Thank
much,
you.
Eric.